not agreeing with this bill that Derek Ball is proposing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Jono Naylor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, when I was listening to the first speech on this debate from the member sponsoring the bill, it felt a little bit like I was sitting in a silversmith's workshop, watching a craftsman with his lathe fashioning the ultimate silver bullet that was going to fix the woes of New Zealand's not in employment or training young people. And it was a very passionate speech, one that was, I guess, really highlighted the benefits that have come from the LSV program, that the benefits there are in military training for young people, and that's not what I think any of us are in dispute of today. Mr. Speaker, I can think of numerous people who have been through military training. I think of my own colleague, Andrew Bailey. I think you would look at the fact that he's managed to get to both poles in his lifetime. Probably his military training was useful for that and other things in his careers. And other members of this House, including the bill sponsor, who have had military training, and it's obviously been very beneficial to them. And there's no doubt in my mind that, for individuals who undergo military training, there are some benefits. I also, Mr. Speaker, have lived for the last 30-odd years in the city of Palmerston North, and over that time have come into contact with many people from the New Zealand Defence Force who have been through military training. And I look at some of the jobs that they are doing now and cannot disagree with the fact that that training that they have had is very, very beneficial, that it equips them for a huge number of different things in their lives. So, as I said, very good training, very good for our community in Palmerston North, very good in so many ways. However, Mr. Speaker, there is a little bit of an issue that I have around this particular proposal. And the first one is this, that to simply say because a program that lasts for 6 weeks is successful, that we should somehow just go, oh, well, let's do it for 150 weeks, and therefore it will be better as well. To simply say, let's take something based off 6 weeks and do it for 3 years, to me seems like a little bit of a leap. Why is the magic number of 3 years? Why not 12 months? Why not 24 months? Those sorts of things have not necessarily been outlined. And so I think I can do my maths. But just because, why not let them out when they're 17 or 18? The other issue that I have, Mr. Speaker, around this too, is that actually by introducing something where we are actually promoting young people to leave school at 15, sends a very different message than what we're trying to say at the moment. We're saying to young people, stay in school, keep going to school, get NCEA Level 2. And I know that the member has said that they would receive literacy and numeracy education to get their NCEA Level 2 literacy and numeracy levels done. But that doesn't necessarily mean they have achieved NCEA Level 2 in its entirety, just because they've achieved the literacy and numeracy credits. So I think there's a potential that under a program like this, we actually shortchange young people from potentially having the types of broader experience that they might get by remaining in school and potentially going on to other programs. Mr. Speaker, I would also have a little bit more sympathy for this program, because I'm not saying it's a bad program in its own right, if there was nothing going on in this space already. But, Mr. Speaker, there is. And as Joe Hayes indicated earlier, there's the youth guarantee programs going on, there's Gateway, there are youth services going on. And I know in particular the success, and again talking back the benefits of some of the military training of service academies. I think of Queen Elizabeth College in Palmerston North where I live, and being able to go and visit that school, seeing the great work they're doing with the Service Academy, the great sense of pride that those young people are gaining from that level of training they're getting through the Military Service Academy, the discipline that they're learning. But guess what? They don't have to leave school to achieve that. It doesn't, just because military training or military style training is beneficial, doesn't mean we have to extract people from a school environment and stick them into another environment for them to receive that. Finally, Mr. Speaker, 15 and 16-year-olds, in my opinion, ultimately are still better off in their families where possible, where it's applicable and where it's beneficial for them, rather than being shipped off to go and live somewhere else. I think there's some custodial issues that we would need to address in a program like this. If we're asking the military to take sort of a locus parentis over this situation with these young people. I think that's a lot to ask of them. Mr. Speaker, I won't be supporting this bill, though well-intentioned it is.
Barry Coates.
Tēnā koe te mangai.